You can count on it. Just about every day, I receive another offer. One after another they come, all promising great benefit to me. And I'm sure that's true for most of you and everyone else being besieged with all these spectacular marketing deals, offers, packaged in what is called product bundling. Product bundling is a marketing strategy that involves offering several products for sale as one combined product. And that's when you use one company for phone, internet, and cable service. So the never-ending flood of letters, brochures, and robocalls is designed to get us to sign up for these triple play packages. However, unlike those marketplace efforts, there is a bundling offer for you and me that's too good to refuse. This bundling offer is free of the dire warnings about the small print booby traps contained in many of these current marketplace offers. So we don't have to worry about this as we do today's bundles. I mean, take the cost. Will it be $99 a month forever? Or while the first year is going to seem sweet, when that year ends, then the real bill hits. So after the promotional period or during the promotional period, you could also see your prices skyrocket. Or when problems arise and you need help, you end up finding yourself in transfer limbo. You know, you'll be on the phone with someone and they'll say, "Oh, well, I'm with the phone side of the business, so I can't talk cable. So let me transfer you to the cable side or the television side of the business." Well, that's not the way it is with this offer. It's different. First, it comes not in the mailbox, but in the Bible. No small print loopholes or changing costs. In Joshua 1:5, no one will be able to stand up against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Now, at first glance, the verse seems to simply promise God's presence will always be with you. And it does that. But it guarantees more as well. For embedded in this one verse, bundled in this one verse, are three promises that make this an offer too good to refuse. One, the promise of victory over enemies or opposing forces. Two, the promise of an intimate relationship with God. Three, the promise of God's everlasting presence. The first promise, no one will be able to stand up against you. God was promising Joshua that victory would be ensured against the many enemies or opposing forces Israel would face in the new land God gave them. What an encouraging promise to Joshua. But not just for Joshua. The principle behind this promise of God's provision carries over into your life and mine as well. As you walk in the ways of God, following His direction, be assured no enemy, betraying friend, conniving relative, opposing circumstance will be able to claim victory over you. I know, it may not look like that now. It may even seem the enemy has the upper hand. Someone out there is thinking, you just don't know what I'm faced with. You don't understand. I'm coming up the rough side of the mountain. Friend of mine, hear me. Whatever you are faced with, this is an offer you can't refuse. Draw on the toughness of God's grace and stand on the permanence of his promise, not just to Joshua, but to you. No one will be able to defeat you. The second part of the bundle is, as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. What a promise. Like Joshua, we can have the same kind of relationship Moses had with God. It was far more than professional. It was an intimately personal, one-on-one relationship. Like Moses and Joshua, you also have the promise. You can approach God knowing you will be received as a friend, and you can share your burdens, struggles, disappointments, questions, your life with him on a profoundly deep level. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. Third, and finally, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Don't miss this. By using both terms, leave and forsake, God is saying the same thing twice, repeating for emphasis, knowing we still need to hear it again and again. Someone needs to hear it right now. For the unshakable truth is, no matter how far away he may seem, even in your darkest days and loneliest nights, even in spiritually desert dry times, even in your times of pouting and rebellion, he is there. He is always with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. What a powerfully extraordinary word. Never. Not ever. At no time. Not under any condition. As the old gospel hymn proclaims, no, never alone, no, never alone. He promised never to leave me, never to leave me alone. Gardner Taylor spoke movingly of the funeral of a man who was married to his wife over 50 years. After a sustained illness, he died. At the internment service, she, because of her age, was sitting in a chair by the open grave under a gently weeping sky. She, oblivious of bystanders, was talking to the grave, to him, saying, "You know I loved you all these years. We've been together through thick and thin, and I promised to be with you. But now I've gone as far as I can go. I can't go any further. I've gone as far as I can go." She was right. There is only one who can surely promise, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." The same one who promises, "As I was with Moses, so I will be with you," and who promises no enemy will be able to stand up against you. This bundled promise that empowered Joshua can and will empower, energize, strengthen, and sustain you. It's an offer you can't refuse. Lord, you said no one will stand up against me. Remind me of that when it seems I'm inundated by enemies. You are a friend above all others. Remind me of that when it seems I feel unworthy of your friendship. Remind me, Even when you seem to be distant, you promised never to leave me, never to leave me alone. Amen.